You're listening to WUJP 91.3 FM Jam Pack Radio, Hempstead, New York.
Yeah, so the one thing that Butch and I had, in common that we worked together on before and after, I went to LA, and came back home was Life Jennings. Believe it or not, we helped develop him when he was a teenager.
Man, I tell you, man, coming off of that high with, my man, Life Jennings, being able to make it was a great thing. And I tell you, it was awesome. A lot of people would ask me, am I jealous of it, because I didn't hit a major deal and get to where he was like that. And actually, we did. As long as he made it, we made it. And that's how you have to look at things, because you're not going to be every place that other person that you helped is going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's meant for them, and it was meant for you to be there for that particular reason. And I say that we have a responsibility out here to do a lot of different things. And I tell you, when I finally got to LA after that situation, it taught me something, because I was going through hard times. I experienced a lot of discrimination and racism from certain people on the jobs and certain things like that. I give you a prime example, man. I was a manager at Burger King out there. And before I got the job, the owner would interview people. And the funny thing about it was, when he interviewed me, he asked me, he said, have you ever been a manager before? And I said, yes. He said, well, I'm going to tell you something. I never really hire black people because they steal a lot. And that right there sent like shock through me. That was the first time that I blatantly ever experienced that kind of discrimination. He hired me. I needed a job, so I took it. You know what I'm saying? And during that time, there was the Rodney King stuff going on and all that. And I happened to get my recording engineering degree from Los Angeles Recording. And when I got the certification and all that, I started working at Universal Studios, which was my first job that I had, working at Universal Studios as a recording engineer. And then after that point, I started working in and out of small studios and different things like that, doing projects and everything. And out of that, I ended up meeting Tim Gatling from the group GUY. And at that time, he was working on a lot of other independent artists that was coming up, because everybody was getting ready to go to the independent level, you know what I mean? Because the industry was changing and whatnot. So, he invited me in, I sat in, and we became pretty good friends after that. And from that point, he wanted me to work with him on engineering, because he was like, I am not the dude that pushed the buttons, you know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not that guy. I can give you lyrics all day long and melodies and all that stuff like that, but when it comes to pushing the buttons and making the tracks, I can tell you what sounds good and what don't, but I can't tell you how to do it. You know what I mean? So when we became friends because of that, and you know, I really appreciated his time. We were working out at A&M Studios a few times, in and out of there. And so with that being said, he was definitely a motivator for me, because one of the things that he told me, Tim did, was that behind the scenes, we're needed more behind the scenes, developing material, developing our skills more behind the scenes than it is out front. And you know, as black people, we know we like to be out front, you know what I mean? You know, we like to be out there like that. So like I said, it's more important that we learn behind the scenes, because that's what keeps the industry going on our behalf. You know what I mean? To have strong, like-minded people that's songwriting, producing, got a level head, able to you know, get along with the artists, being able to get along with the labels, being able to get along with the managers and all that kind of stuff like that. So, you know, I just learned a lot from him. And, you know, I want to send that shout out to my man, you know, Mr. Tim Gatling. For, you know, being a great motivator, a great mentor, and I appreciate that. So, you know, hats off to you, my brother.